በመጀመሪያ ከሀገራችን ጋር ለመቆም በድጋሚ እዚህ ስለተገናኘን ደስ ብሎኛል። ባየን ኬኛ ሰፋን ኦሮሞ እንደንደኛ ጀኤን ያዳ በገነጋን ወቅተኒ ከወሌ ወጂ አፋን ኦሮሞ አማ አምሃሪክ nimefurahia sana karibuni sana. Your Excellency Ambassador Bacha Debele, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia to the Republic of Kenya, distinguished delegates, fellow Ethiopians and ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Ethiopia still remains to be the second most populated nation in Africa and a key player in maintaining international stability. The socio-economic and political unrest in the nation has brought enormous damages as a result of the insecurity in Tigray area, which began in November 2020 to date. Thousands of innocent women, children, elderly people have become, among others, have been injured, sickened, and regrettably lost their lives in the violence that was sparked by the people backing paramilitary organization under the banner of TPLF. The TPLF have been a malignant force in Ethiopia for decades. It dominated the previous EPRDF government for 27 years, that is 1991 to 2018, stealing elections after elections, ruling through fear, inflaming division, agitating ethnic disagreements, violently crushing human rights, and committing the state terrorism in various parts of Ethiopia. Throughout their time in office, and since their overthrow, Western powers and bewilderment of many have constantly supported them, perhaps surprisingly, given their addiction to regional meddling. The main sponsors of TPLF terrorist group are some Western countries who are backed by the TPLF, empowering them financially, politically, and throughout their war on the Ethiopian state. As we all know, on the morning of August 24 this year, the TPLF committed crimes reigniting conflict and openly violated the humanitarian ceasefire. The rebel group inaccurately accused the Ethiopian government of having started yet another all-out war. The group's propaganda is simultaneously spread the lie, betraying all choreographed effort. The forces actively enlisted and trained youths from the region, mobilized the masses through pressure and propaganda, and launched planned attacks. In recent months, the Ethiopian government has expressed its commitment to a peaceful resolution of the conflict in Tigray, including declaring the unilateral and indefinite humanitarian ceasefire on 24th March this year. In addition, the government designated a high peace level committee on 12th July 2022 to oversee peace talks with TPLF. The government's determination and good faith to encourage positive engagement and approaches to the peace talks is demonstrated by formation of this high peace committee. However, in keeping with its nature, the terrorist group consistently minimized peace initiatives and, in fact, did not reciprocate the confidence-boosting actions performed by the Federal Democratic Government of Ethiopia. The Peace Committee announced additional steps toward peace on August 17th this year, including its willingness to sign a permanent peace settlement and agree on plans for the restoration of services that would have opened door for the start of political settlement. Since then, the TPLF's hostile ideology has increased. Nevertheless, their misleading claim that it had been invaded and that the unilateral humanitarian accord might be regarded as non-existent on the same day that the high-level humanitarian peace committee announced these few measures in the peace plan. Additionally, its media's organization has been actively working to undermine peace initiatives as well as degrade and criticize the African Union-led peace process. The historical victim-blaming strategies are plainly visible in this pattern of negative advertising. They are not prepared for peace because of its history of violence and current actions. The open theft in fuel intended for humanitarian relief by the TPLF demonstrates their utter contempt for the well-being of local citizens and humanitarian values. They broke humanitarian ceasefire and started the onslaught for the third time. They must take full responsibility for their flagrant behavior and negative effects. it must be held accountable for the misery that's causing the people of Tigray as well as the country. The use of child soldiers, the violation of truce, and provision of humanitarian aid for the conflicts are unacceptable. It's also unfortunate that none of the major nations are ready to hold the terrorist group accountable. As the government will continue to endeavor to address the country's numerous social and political issues on a long-term basis throughout the inclusive national dialogue, I urge everyone to continue doing the digital campaigns that are launched. It's still not too late to say no more. We had a very successful No More movement launch in Nairobi chapter movement in December 19th last year, as you all know. We can still say no more to biased propagandas of misinformation and disinformations. Continue defending the country by all means. Continue telling Ethiopians truth.